and what is really dangerous in the sense of a wilderness context. I'm going to ask a question now that I want you to think about. I don't want I don't want anybody to answer the question. Just think about the question, and then we'll answer that question at the end of the discussion. And the question I have for you to think about is, where is it more dangerous? Here in the mountains in the Himalayas, in the Rocky Mountains, in the mountains of Alaska? Is it more dangerous in a wilderness setting than in your home or back home where you come from? So think about that. And I tell this story, at the end of the story, I will tell you why, because it seems maybe a little random for what we're teaching. So some of you know I've been on mountain rescue for 20 plus years. And in 2011, we got a mission of an incident that happened on Snowmass Mountain, which is about 11 miles into the wilderness from Aspen. And a fellow by the name of Sean, 24 years old, had climbed the mountain in July solo, but our 14ers in Colorado, as some of you know, are pretty busy. And the 14ers, you can say you're climbing them solo, but there's generally people all over the mountains. The 14ers, there's 55 or 56 14,000 foot peaks in Colorado, depending on how you count. So Sean was on the summit. It was like 9 in the morning, something like that. He pulled out his cell phone. He had one little bar, and he was texting his girlfriend and texting his parents that he had summited Snowmass Mountain successfully. It was a beautiful day. He was having a great time, et cetera, et cetera. He put the phone away, put his helmet back on. The route up is third class terrain with a little bit of fourth class terrain. That means you're scrambling on the mountain from time to time. Third class, 2 feet and a hand. Fourth class, 2 feet and 2 hands at times as you're climbing it. You're not just hiking on a trail. So he was on the summit. He made it up, put everything away, put his pack on, had his helmet on, and he took 2 steps, literally, and stepped on a rock that was loose, and he fell. And he fell on what's called the Geneva Lake side of the mountain. And he only fell about 23 feet, not that far. But when he fell, there was a lot of rock fall with him, and some rocks hit him and stuff in that 23 feet. And he suffered a fracture when he fell. One of the rocks had caught his leg. And he had a fracture that was an open fracture, and the bone, the fibula, were over here. So it was almost an amputation. Like, if I'm traveling all day long and I don't reach my intended destination until after dark, what am I? I'm fatigued, I'm tired, and now we have darkness. That's all a human factor. But now I'm traveling in the dark and I'm fatigued in third and fourth class terrain, steep boulder fields. It doesn't work. That's where they're coming together. By the way, a vector force involved with it. Every one of them, except for 4. And I'm going to make this easy. Go ahead, Greg, with your question.
Well, I was going to say, like, dangerous plants.
Okay, see, that's why Gregory's my favorite student. So down here, I'm going to put poisonous. How do you spell poison? I'm having a brain fart.
POI.
Moving trees. Did someone say landslides? We have that. We have moving earth. Think about, like, right here. I'm just going to say this. What could kill us right here or hurt us? Right now, what could kill us?
Earthquake.
No. Why couldn't an earthquake, even if it was magnitude 8, why couldn't it kill us right here?
There's nothing to fall on.
Yeah, we're outside. We're outside.
The
And
mountain.
moving earth and earthquakes is a good one, though, and that falls under moving earth with landslides. And we're going to talk more about that in a second. So there's other things we haven't named. Okay, I'll give you one. And one that you want to think about, moving rocks. No, it's separate. This is my game. We did this, and it hit him right there and killed him instantly. Rockfall. It's one of our fatalities, and we're going to talk about our fatalities. We're not trying to scare anybody, even with the story I told earlier. Bad things happen. We're trying to use examples. By the way, rockfall, I had a friend of mine trying to climb K2 in August, July, August of this year. The rockfall was so bad they abandoned the expedition on the mountain because it was so dry and it was so warm, the mountain was just spitting rocks. Your helmet protects you, rocks about like that. It will protect you rocks depending on how far and the velocity, movement, remember movement? You know, up to about your fist. You get a rock like this and it comes a long ways, you're dead. If it hits you, square on. Pete Absalon was the director of the Rocky Mountain branch. He was climbing the Wind River Range and a soldier up on top who didn't know Pete was down below threw a big old rock over, and he looked over, a watermelon-sized rock, and it hit Pete right on the head. Pete had a helmet and it just destroyed it right there. So rockfall is pretty scary, but even if you have helmets, there's only a limitation that you have with it. Now let's say you're not doing fifth class climbing, you're climbing on a steep hillside that's known as third class, fourth class terrain, and someone yells rock. What do?
Hit the deck.
Hit the what?
Hit the deck.
Hit the deck. Yeah.
Get down.
Let's not do that. The first thing you want to do in this situation, you actually want to look uphill and identify where the rock is and keep your eye on it. It's the bounding rock, or it may be bounding 2 or 3 rocks. Keep your eye on it. Do not do the cartoon thing of running back and forth, but just keep looking at that rock, and when it comes towards you, move out of the way. If we're going up a steep switchback, steeper than this, but you know how you go up steep switchbacks and there's like 17 of us going up? We will try to corral groups on the switchbacks so that people aren't climbing right up above them in case someone knocked a rock down. We never trundle rocks. We're very conscious of our footing when we're above people. If you're climbing in the Elk Range near Aspen, Colorado, our rockfall is just horrible. And if I'm guiding 2 or 3 people, we keep everybody close together. Why do we do that? No answers.